Alright guys, made a little progress today. Times changed and got rid of daylight savings time, and nice warm day today where it's not raining. So got the engine and transmission out the frame today, got it degreased and pressure washed, and it's probably about as far as we're going to take it. It's pretty nice. We just wanted to pressure wash it and get it clean, and that way, you know, we're starting with something, pretty decent. I'm not working with a greasy frame. Once it dries out a day or so, we're going to come back and we're just going to hit it with some Rust-Oleum semi-gloss, just to, just to make it look a little better than it does. We're not going to go crazy here. We're just trying to hit the spots where we can't get to when the body's on it. But this thing has already had upper and lower control arms and front end work, and I don't think we're going to have to do anything to the chassis. Just had 4 new O2 sensors put in it. I do have to swap the harness and the fuel pump and maybe the gas tank. I'm not sure, because this one is flex fuel and the one we're fixing is not. It has the right gear ratio rear end. The exhaust is the same. I compared the converters today. So it's going to be fairly straightforward. Need to make some progress on the engine. I pressure washed it yesterday. I want to get it resealed. New timing chain, oil pan gasket, rear main, intake gaskets, valve cover gaskets, thermostat, hoses, water pump, etc., while the engine's out, front and rear, sealing the trans. And I know, don't get me wrong, I know it's got a lot of miles on it, but at least it won't leak. And gonna save the engine and trans that came out of this thing. It had just recently had heads on it rebuilt, but the water pump went bad and the previous owner ran it hot, blew the head gasket. So I think the motor could be saved. It ran fine. It was getting water in the combustion chamber. Transmission shifted fine, so it's an extra good transmission. I'll just put it in storage for the time being. Anyways, that's where we're at. I hadn't really made any progress since time changed, and it's dark when I get home and I don't really have a shop, so this is what I'm doing. But anyways, I'll come back when I make some progress on the engine, and I got more to tell. Alright, thanks guys. Alright, we got the original engine out the Ranger on the stand. You can see all the mouse house from when it was in the woods. It was really bad. It's been sitting on that pallet for about 5 years. So anyways, got it up on the stand. Now we gotta get it tore down, cleaned up, ready to put it back together. Alright guys, this is the engine for the Ranger. I got it tore down to pretty much a long block, pressure washed, degreased, fairly good. I want to reseal it, new timing chain, stuff like that. So I got this whole box of new parts. Once I get it resealed, then all this has to go back on it. So we got quite a bit of work ahead of us, but no time like now. So anyway, that's where we're at. I'll get a little more progress made, and then I'll check y'all later. Thanks for watching. I just wanted to show y'all this. I wasn't originally going to do this. I was just going to put it back together the way it was, because it did run. But I'm kind of glad that I did. That's pretty bad. Watch that camshaft move. That's pretty slack. So, I am thankful that I went this far, even though I didn't originally plan on it. That's pretty bad. I'm actually pretty surprised that it ran as good as it did. Alright guys, here's something to look out for. Got new timing chain on, front cover back on, new front seal in. The balancer Got a pretty good groove right there where the seal rides. They make these things called, instead of spending the money for a new balancer, they got these things, little speedy sleeve, repair sleeve. It'll kind of press down over the top of it, a little Loctite in it, press it down and hope for the best kind of deal. We're going to go ahead and install one of those, and maybe we won't have a bunch of leaks. Anyways, that's just something I want y'all to look out for if you got a leak you can't fix. A lot of times, even if you replace the seal, it's still going to leak because it's already cut a groove in that balancer. Anyways, thanks again. That's what it looks like installed, guys. A lot of people just drive them on there. What I do is go ahead and coat the snout of the balancer with the Loctite. I'll heat that sleeve up a little bit. You know, you don't want to turn it blue or anything, but heat that sleeve up with a torch. Basically, I just set the balancer down on top of the sleeve and push it down with my hand, and that'll install it. If you try to install it cold, a lot of times you'll just bend the ends of it up and make it unusable. But anyways, that's it. Alright, it's back together. Looks about like it did when we started, but that's new valve cover gaskets, valve cover gasket grommets, intake gaskets, timing chain front cover gaskets, front crank seal, repair sleeve on the balancer, and oil pan gasket, timing chain, etc. Still got to put a new rear main in it, but I'll do that when it's off the stand. Anyway, that's where we're at today. That's about all I have time for. I got to get a new water pump, a thermostat, and some stuff coming. And once I get that, I'll get it put back together. I got to clean up all the stuff that come off that upper intake, all the accessories, etc., and get it ready to go back in the truck. All right, guys. Thanks.